All right, well, this video is going to be my top 5 moments of 2022. Just kind of like me looking back at the year as a whole, mainly focusing on channel stuff and just giving my top 5. Number 5, once the channel hit 200,000 subscribers, and I got the Silver Play Button Award for hitting that milestone. Yeah, it definitely was crazy to think that, wow, we doubled my original dream. I remember when I thought that getting the 100,000 was everything, and it was and still is a pivotal moment in my career as a YouTuber. 200,000 people is a lot. I mean, that's got to be at least enough people to fill up like, a small town or something like that, or a decent sized city. Not like, a New York or something, but we got a strong community here on the channel. And it shows, so just hitting that milestone was incredible. And I think for me, once we hit 250,000, that's going to be another great milestone because that's 250,000. Yeah, 250,000 people is a heck of a number. And I think we're about 22,000 people away or close to it. I think the channel itself is around 228,000 people. So we're slowly but surely getting there. Next up, when we hit 50 million views, because yet again, an insane number I didn't expect. For that one, I had a award made for that. What was it? The gold play button, which is originally only intended for channels which get 1 million subscribers, but I was able to convince them to customize it for me for 50 million views because that's a lot of views on the content. I mean, it's pretty crazy due to the fact that more often than not, people will look at channels and think that if you have a lot of subscribers, that means you have a lot of views, which isn't always true. There are channels out there which have close to 1 million subscribers, but they don't have anywhere close to the views I have, which is pretty insane. But views are what actually generate ad revenue, not subscribers. You can have all the subscribers you want, but if you don't have a lot of views, you're not making a lot of money. I don't have any sponsors at all. I don't have any kind of ads unless it's the ones that YouTube puts into the videos. So it is pretty wild to think that 50 million people well, maybe not even 50 million people, but the engagement on my videos has, impacted things so much where it's at 50 million views, and we're knocking on the door of 60 million right now. I think we're close to, 58 million at the moment, unless it's already past that number, because looking at the milestone calculator on YouTube, yeah, I only need 2.1 million more views to hit 60 million. So yeah, we're knocking on the door of 58 million. So for me, in terms of the channel, my next huge milestone I can't wait for is 100 million views. That I will get some sort of like custom made plaque for that, and it's going to be a very creative, very incredible one. That's just my personal goal, and I can't wait for us to hit that milestone. Number 3 is more of a collective achievement, and that's when we as a fan base got Sistas to come back early for if I remember correctly, when did it come back early? Was it season 4B, right? I forgot when it happened, but it was last year, obviously. But I think it was when we as a fan base rallied together. I made a crap ton of memes and tweets, and the fan, just the fan power got BET to move Sistas up damn near like a month or so before it was originally supposed to come out, because remember, they had changed the date so many times that it was ridiculous. Like, what was it? It was supposed to come back in like July, but we got it to come back in May or something like that, which was great. But when the show came back and it sucked, it was like, oh, y'all could have kept this. Hence why I will never cause another, and I'm not saying I was the one that did it, I'm not, because it was a fan thing, but I just know that the memes and the post I did got a lot of traction online because I saw the numbers. But I will say this much, it really was insane to see a whole network go, you know what, let's put this stuff out here early. So yeah, it was cool to see the fans get Sistas back. But based on season 4B and the first half of season 5, I will never rush the show again, because I'm at the point now where these week hiatuses, y'all can keep it for 2 months if you want it. I don't want, like, I will take Sistas when you give it back, but I don't need it that fast. Give me Zatima. Number 2, being able to be in a position financially where I can give away $1,000. And that was definitely one of the highlights of the year for me. Being able to give 10 people $100 to say, hey, thanks so much for supporting the channel. I never would have thought that I would be in a position where I could do that. You all know I'm not where I want to be. Still waiting on a thumbs up on a house, but the fact that I had enough money stashed away where I could say I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing now for a living without you all supporting me, and starting that contest, what was it? Oh yeah, to celebrate the Sistas 100th episode. Definitely a highlight, not just of 2022, but of my time as a self-employed YouTuber. Just, that was a great moment. And to think that it was pretty much created on a whim due to the fact that a lot of Scorn fans did not like the way that, I'm guessing BET as a whole handled the 100th episode, where the cast did like a contest. And if I remember, look, it feels like an eternity. Look, 2022 was last year, and I mean, come on now. But I think it was like 3 or 4 people got $5,000 and got to meet the cast, or at least one or more of the cast members. And I think another person got like a VIP experience, but it was only Atlanta based, only in Atlanta, when Sistas became a, you know, for the most part, a worldwide phenomenon, especially when it went international and whatnot. And it kind of sucked that, yo, we're the ones who made the show #1, and we're the ones that got it to 100 episodes, so why is it only Atlanta that gets the celebration? And even though I'm not a millionaire or anything like that, I figured the least I can do is to get 10 people from around the world, as long as they had Cash App or PayPal, to give 10 people $100, you know, that would be pretty cool. So, and that's not even to pat my own self on the back. That's just a way to show that as a fan base, as collective, we need to watch out for each other. So it felt pretty good to be able to, you know, help out some people with that, because some people were telling me, you know, hey, just thank you because you made the holidays easier, or just thank you because, you know, it really is amazing, you know, to have this opportunity. And then when I read the comments, it just showed that despite the issues with the show, and trust me, there are a lot, the show does mean something to a lot of people. So just not only being able to give back to the, you know, my community here on YouTube, but to see the way the show impacts people on multiple levels in different ways, I thought was incredible. So like I said, even though there are a lot of problems with Sistas, just to see that it still means something very important to a lot of the fan base does really impact in a lot of ways. So, #1, Zatima, Deja dancing, the fine women, the show itself, being able to interview Nathan and Tony on the channel last year, and finding out DeVal knows my name. And the list goes on. Zatima just encompasses everything the fans wanted. It just shows you that fan power is the greatest power of all. Because of the fact that Tyler Perry saw a talent in these two, the fact that it felt like I was, even though I wasn't anywhere near Atlanta, it felt like I was there from day one. What was it, in December of 2021? That's when they filmed it. And, you know, I remember finding out like in October or something of that last year, or 2021, that the show was coming, and I covered it in a video. People thought I was crazy. But then, of course, you know, the filming happened, and then, you know, what was it? They filmed the shit in December, we didn't get a trailer until August of 2022. And then the show hit. I mean, first they gave us that like abridged or Spark Note sneak peek on BET. And then on BET Plus, they gave us the full cut of episode 1. And the rest is history, folks. I mean, if I remember correctly, they've already filmed 3 seasons. The first season, they've already done that. Then, of course, seasons 2 and 3. So, season 2, we're just waiting on it with bated breath. So, Zatima definitely stands out. And this could be the show that takes the channel in an entirely just new direction. Maybe not direction, but to the next level in terms of numbers. And based on the stats of 2022, which I covered in a separate video, yeah, Zatima is going to be the it show. Now, with that being said, those are my personal top 5 moments of 2022. Will 2023 bring about even bigger moments? I hope so. All right, well, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you all in the next video.